Daniel's Dread Tales is a show for grown-ups. It may contain adult language and adult themes. Please check the episode description for content warnings. Welcome back to Daniel's Dread Tales. I'm your host, Daniel Fernandez. Thanks for joining us. This week we're going to be playing an indie GM-less RPG called As the World Ends by Mad Perot Games. It's about, well, the end of the world. And we have a decent time watching the world end, or try to survive it. You'll see. Enjoy. Good evening, or morning, or whenever you're listening to it, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Daniel's Dread Tales. I'm Daniel Fernandez, he, him.
Hey everyone, I'm Nathan. Regular crew, excited to be here. Pronouns he, him.
I am Damien, also a regular. Pronouns he, they.
And hello, this is Russell, he, they. I suggested this system, but we'll all be the Daniels today while we play a game called As the World Ends. This is a GM optional game set in a post-apocalyptic world and consisting of a grand total of 2 pages of rules. This is the first time any of us, and possibly anyone if a Google search is any indication, will be playing it, and it strikes me as almost an improv game punctuated by dice rolls during dramatic moments. Our first step is to create our apocalypse, so let's get to it.
So what are we thinking? What happened? What's the end of the world that we're dealing with?
Okay, so hear me out. Giant monsters. That was the whole thought.
I don't hate it, but I am curious about how that spreads itself.
I was thinking Hellmouth.
Like demons pouring in from another dimension?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Doom.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Not terribly dissimilar.
I think just the flavor of the supernatural, basically.
Do we want to do Supernatural?
When I think apocalypse, I think ecological disaster. For some reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you'd be thinking about ecological disaster in these days. But I don't know if running away from the ecological disaster makes for, I'm going back to the kaiju idea, but I don't really, This is just my love of Godzilla.
I've got a couple ideas that I wrote up last night. One is an
Okay.
ecological disaster. I'll stay away from that for the moment. But the other one was the idea that darkness becomes dangerous.
Oh, just like nighttime is bad?
Nighttime and prolonged darkness.
Oh, like in, oh god, never mind. Like in Final Fantasy 15, don't worry about it.
See, I was going to say that one episode of The X-Files.
That did come to mind.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that.
Okay, like a darkness apocalypse. Okay, so the question is, when did this start?
I have to imagine it was recent, because dark is a pretty common thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe, so what I'm picturing it is, at first, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. And when the sun goes down, it's sort of dark. But then the sun will rise again, at first. And then eventually, maybe the nights are getting longer and longer until we have like a long dark. And then there's no light anymore. Does that sort of make sense? Like that is the spread, that the darkness is getting longer and longer?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
People don't come out of the darkness, is what happens.
Like, what I'm picturing in my head is almost like the darkness is connecting to another, like, world or reality or something like that, and anybody that goes into it doesn't come out.
I think maybe we don't know. Like, we don't know what happens when you go into the darkness. Maybe there's weirdos who want to go into the darkness.
Who want everybody to go into the darkness.
Oh, there's absolutely that.
I think this would affect everyone.
But if you could keep the lights on, if you got lights in the dark, you're okay. I think that's what we got to have, because that's the way to sort of fight back against it, maybe.
How does it spread itself?
If the nights are getting darker?
I get where you're coming from there. I'm also thinking, like, if you turn off a light and turn it on again, you should be okay.
At first.
Yeah, it's not something that happens instantly.
Yeah.
The darkness has to steep for a bit.
I don't think it follows anybody specifically.
No.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like a general type thing.
This is a
Yeah.
force of nature kind of apocalypse right now.
So where are we starting?
I've got another idea for that. Somewhere rural, where there's not streetlights everywhere.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. No. I'm with that.
Some small town in the middle of nowhere.
And I do have an idea for where the middle of nowhere is, but it's kind of tied to where we're hoping to get to. Hear me out on this. We're trying to get to Paris, France, also known as the City of Lights.
I was thinking, like, some sort of, like, power plant of some flavor or another. somewhere where there's always going to be electricity, at least as far as our characters would think. So we'll always have light.
That is the end goal here, no matter where we're going. We're just trying to get to a place that's always lit. I heard it the moment I said it.
It is lit AF.
Yes.
Is it a nuclear power plant? Because nuclear power plants are cool.
Well, I was thinking nuclear power plant just simply because like they would, with proper maintenance,
They
would
go on
last
for
longer.
a long time, too.
But yeah, anything having to do with like that sort of thing is kind of cool.
Unless, I also been intrigued about the idea of the City of Lights. I feel like a city, though, they would, like, lock it down. Let's do power plant. I like power plant. But that's sort of getting ahead of ourselves. So I guess we still need to decide where are we? We're in a rural area. Rural where? And is it, like, cold there?
But we got the flavor. Small, rural.
I'm fine with it being in British Columbia, Western Canada. Kind of cold there. We need a name.
Dansville.
Isn't that the city from Phineas and Ferb? Let's call it Daniel's Wake. It'll be a seaside town.
Works for me.
Sure.
Oh, are we going to a lighthouse? No. But I think a lighthouse might be a thing.
A lighthouse will definitely be a thing.
If you're okay with Daniel's Wake being the name. I know that's my name, but it's Daniel's Dread Tales.
And it's got some similarities to Alan Wake.
What are you talking about? That's not where I got that idea at all.
He says unconvincingly.
Yes. Alan Wake 2's coming out, baby. How did people start to become aware of this? And what do people refer to it?
I think they started to become aware of it when people started going missing.
Yes, exactly.
How long have they been aware of it? How deep into the apocalypse are we? Is it like everybody just figured out?
Well, if it eats people when the lights are out, most people turn their lights out when they go to bed. So is like most of the world gone in one night?
That would make it an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, because if you just turned off your lights or whatever, if you slept with your TV on, maybe the light of that kept you alive or something. But I think a lot of people they turn off their lights and go to bed. The darkness gotcha.
Oh, Daniel, we're a bunch of nerds. I think we know exactly what keeps us alive. Sitting in front of our computers all night.
My crippling addiction has saved me yet again.
Speak for yourself. I go to bed. I think people became aware of it, like, kind of right away.
Pretty much instantly.
I think, like, huge breakdown as most of the population just vanishes.
I'm down with that.
Okay. What do we call it? Do we just call it the darkness? The dark rapture?
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I'm down for that.
Okay. The dark rapture. Love that. How far away is the power plant? What are the rumors about it? How does it keep itself safe? What fears about this place when you get there? Okay. So it's a power plant. We're trying to go to a nuclear power plant. How far away is it?
Certainly not near where we live.
And it keeps itself safe by just constantly generating power.
I think it's maybe like 3-4 days drive.
I think that's doable.
Not that we need the exact amount, but just sort of like get a vibe.
It's a distance you don't want to be walking.
Are there rumors about this place? Are there people to spread rumors? I don't know how many people are around to spread rumors. I guess there's the internet. The internet probably still exists for a little while.
Of course. Fiber optics, it's just light and wires.
It's immune. I think there are rumors. One of them being this place is actually like a military base of some sort. It just being a power plant is more of like covered.
Or it could even be that the military rolled in and took control of it recently.
And well, that would actually lend itself to the next question: how does it keep itself safe? Light and guns.
Light and guns.
Light and gun.
What are we afraid of when we get there? That they won't let us in?
The guns.
Yeah, the guns.
Run out of food?
Ooh, yes.
All that good shit.
Yeah, because it's a power plant. It's not like a food place. That's what you call them, right? Food places.
Food library.
It's called a grocery store, you douchebag. Great. Love it. Darkness eats you when you go out at night. We're trying to get to a nuclear power plant. They've got guns there. They might not have food there. So now we need to figure out our character.
I also made a character just because when the apocalypse happens, you don't get to pick who you are.
Who would be up all night? That could be a thing to help you figure out who you are.
I was kicking around an idea that I made earlier that I'm probably just going to run with for lack of anything better. Jimmy. In his youth, he was a bit of an edgelord and never grew out of that. He's now in his 60s. Before the apocalypse, he traded in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So that like he was up at his computer all hours of the night, and he regrets not like selling out just before all of this went down.
I think my guy he's a young guy who is in Daniel's Wake, which is a small town, doesn't have much going on in his life, and he is working at a gas station, a 24-hour gas station. His name is gonna be Matthew Trapman. Obviously, the reason that he stayed awake is stayed alive is because he was up all night at this place when the Dark Rapture occurred. How did I end up where I started? I dropped out of college. I played too many video games. I wanted to major in Grand Theft Auto and not whatever I was majoring in, and I just couldn't. I dropped out of college, and that is something that I regret because that was 8 years ago now, and I'm having some difficulty where I am. I went back home. This is where I grew up. I was living with my folks for a little while. Now I have my own place, but it's crappy, and I'm just sort of regretting some of my life.
I'll be playing Reg. He's a construction laborer. Ended up in Daniel's wake just because, that's where the work was. It was a habit to stay up late because, all those energy drinks. I think Reg is surprisingly chipper given the things that are going on. Not in a weird way.
You're not, like, murderously weird. Yeah, just try to stay positive.
Exactly.
All right. My character's name is Julianne, and she was up all night because she has a serious fucking amphetamines problem. Yeah, she's a drug addict and currently unemployed, pretty much, just trying to get by on her savings, but, the apocalypse stepped in before she ran out of money to burn.
So another part of our characters is supposed to be something we regret.
Dropping out of college.
The drugs. That was easy.
I think Reg regrets not making something more of himself.
So now it says we need a special item, a skill, and a connection or memory. You know what? Particular skill, I think I'm a mechanic. I think I work at this gas station, but also there's like a service shop next door or like, connected to it. And I think I work there a little bit. But when that's closed, I work at the AM PM. I know that's not how it works, but that is how it works for him. I think maybe my special physical item is I have fully stocked, like, toolbox. A connection or memory? I don't know.
Well, if you want some more time to think about it, we can go to Jimmy.
Jimmy, before he got into crypto, was also, like, a little bit of a wannabe hacker. So he ended up buying a essentially cell phone specifically for hacking and stuff like that.
Is it like a satellite phone?
I don't know if it's necessarily a satellite phone. He could have been like fooled in all actuality, and it's nothing more than just a fancy cell phone. But it's basically a more secure cell phone that just has some like security tools on it so that like he could use it to break through computer security if he needed to, or at least that was his intent in buying it. Special skill would be computer use, because that's what he spent most of his time doing. For connection or memory, it's going to be his family.
Where is his family now?
Yeah, like basically he doesn't know, and like he's been separated from his family for a while, and through all of this, like he hasn't heard from them, and he's worried about them and stuff like that. Finding them kind of gives him motivation to survive and figure out where they were so that he can maybe make amends for trying to get them into a pyramid scheme.
I thought of my special memory. I think I had a close friend, maybe kind of love interest, maybe not. We were like friends and close and whatever. But when I was failing out of college, they were trying to encourage me to do something. And I was like, I fucking suck. I got nothing. And I remember that she told me, Matt, you're important. You're special. You're going to do something with your life. I had a close friend tell me that I'm going to make something of myself. And I don't know if I believe them, but it's a thing I still think about it. And also I do think about my friend.
Very nice. Reg's physical item will be a gooseneck crowbar. Very handy thing to have in certain circumstances.
I have a toolbox, but I don't have a crowbar in it. I'm more about fixing stuff, not like breaking stuff.
Yeah, funny you should say that. His special physical skill is efficient demo. Now anybody, you give them a hammer, they can probably take something apart. But someone who knows what they're doing can do it a lot faster. And his connection/memory is just a notebook full of story ideas. These stories have gone unwritten.
Special item, I don't want to say just a not insignificant bag of drugs, but a not insignificant bag of drugs she is willing to share.
Is it meth?
No, but they are uppers, shall we say.
So speed.
More or less. For a particular skill, I was gonna say lockpicking, but that's really covered by the crowbar.
Can I make a suggestion?
I'm all ears.
Scrounging. You've gotten to the point where if drugs fall, you can... You know, the stereotypical image of the drug addict after drugs have fallen on the floor and they're going down picking up every grain of whatever their drug of choice may be.
It's not just in general like being able to scrounge like stuff from dumpsters and stuff too, or
well, that's another way to spin it as well, is like because unemployed and all that.
Yeah, because she's had it tough, she can scrounge for supplies when she needs to and is willing to do so and can do so. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Well, another option, and probably this is going to get cut out. My dad used to hang out with a drug addict who said she was going to blow up the government with her mind. I think that would be a useful skill.
Maybe not that one.
And for her connection,
Just has to be something sort of sympathetic that you think of when you're dying.
she has a memory of a time a couple years ago, the closest she's ever had to like fully being put together. She had a decent job, a decent place. She was in Narcotics Anonymous. Life was going pretty well for her. It was the most happy she's ever been. Obviously, she lost most of that in a relapse, but the fact that it did happen for some time is something that she occasionally thinks about.
Happy memories of rehab.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Now we need to come up with the 3 core dangers of the apocalypse.
Okay, the game is divided into 5 acts. There are 3 dangers presented by our apocalypse, and each act focuses on a different one of those. So now we need to figure out the threat, the creep, and the spread. What gives this danger its threat?
If you're in the dark, you disappear. That seems like a pretty big threat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, our creep. What pace does the danger move and creep at?
The sun going up and down. Are the nights getting longer, do we think? Or is this happening so quickly that that's not really an issue?
Well, I think we had established that the nights were getting longer. So we're thinking this is like a kind of a short term. Are we thinking this is like quickly evolving?
I think this is happening very fast. I think this is happening extremely quickly.
Okay, so I'm thinking like the nights are getting like an hour longer each day. So there's like an hour more of darkness as time progresses.
So it sort of creeps along an hour at a time.
And how quickly can the danger spread to people or areas? See, these two things are very similar to me. This is the problem I was having between creep and spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
might
mean-
be more spread, what we've just come up with.
Yeah.
Whereas creep might be the amount of time it takes before an area becomes dangerous when it's drenched in darkness.
Oh, yeah, that might be the creep. Like how...
Okay. Are we thinking like being in the dark for like 5 minutes will get you got? Or like a minute?
I feel like 2 minutes is enough time to have suitable panic, but also be survivable. You know, that way we don't all just die the moment the power goes out.
For sure.
That works.
And it's brief enough that it's still a concern.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we need to rank them by order of danger. What is the most pressing danger? What is the second most pressing danger? And what is dangerous but the least dangerous?
I feel like threat and the creep are the 2 biggest dangers. The spread is like the fact that the nights are getting longer, right?
I think that's the least important one. I think that's still bad, but...
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
like that's the lowest priority. The real problem is that standing in the darkness does hijavitava to you.
Yeah. So basically we got a 3-2-1.
Stepping in the dark is the greatest threat. The fact that if you're in there for 2 to 5 minutes, you're gone is second dangerous. And then the fact that the night is getting longer is less dangerous, but still dangerous. Love it. Okay, so that means we have everything ready to start the game.
So our first act, we focus on the rank 2 danger. It's the most pressing concern. We've also got 2 questions to start us off here. What made the danger of the apocalypse obvious? And who finds out about the rumor of a safe place and how?
I think it's pretty clear what made the danger of the apocalypse obvious.
Yeah, we woke up and everyone was gone.
Well, we didn't. We were already awake.
This is true.
Yeah, so where do you think we are at this point? Have we already created our little enclave of survivors in this town, or we just coming to in the morning light?
No, I think we're together already. And I think maybe you're at the gas station that I work at. And I was the only one there anymore. But as people are like trying to get out of town and whatnot, maybe they're coming over here to get gas to drive out of town. And that's how we've sort of ended up together.
Oh, I know what our situation is.
Oh, what is it?
All right, so we've been here in this gas station, and it's been safe the last couple nights or whatever because we can keep
Yep.
the lights on. But right now it's daytime, and the power's gone out.
Ah, yep, that's it.
That
Yeah,
works.
That's good. Yeah, because we were all here talking about like, hey, maybe we need to get out of the town. But that's like, well, also we could just stay here, right? We could just stay here. It's going to be okay. And no, it's not.
Plenty of food. I got lots of Monster Energies. It's a good place to be, actually. Wi-Fi is still working.
Yeah.
And I think Jimmy is the one that figures out the whole nuclear power plant target. Because while the Wi-Fi was still working, he was kind of looking to see what's going on, see if he can find any news, if there's basically people going to the nearby nuclear plant because it's still in operation.
Checking out that small town Reddit, all the 30 people on there at the best of times.
Exactly.
On fucking
30
next
people
door.
seems generous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great. I mean, not great. Everything's bad. So the thing we're dealing with, it says the rank 2 danger is the focus. So that's the fact that, like, if we're in the dark for too long, we disappear. I think what we're trying to do is, I think maybe we're, like, trying to quickly get our car together because we're going to try to drive, but it's going to be quite the drive. And maybe try to, like, fill up fuel cans and put them in the back of the car that we're using. Do we have a car?
I think there are cars around, even if
Yeah.
we don't have one ourselves.
Yeah.
But I think I know what my first roll is going to be. Reg is, like, the power's gone out. It might be daytime, but it's still dark in there. I'm going to see what I can get in the couple minutes I have here. Just gathering provisions and drinks and whatnot. And I'm just going to do a straight roll for that.
And for the record, you're rolling 2d6 for that, right?
Correct. I rolled a 9.
Okay, on a severed to 9, it says the danger, the darkness, is mostly avoided. Something had to be given up. So one thing from the good list and one thing from the bad list.
Should I read them off for the sake of completion of the rules?
Absolutely.
I would.
Sure. The 10 plus list. On a roll of 10 plus, the danger is avoided entirely. Choose 2 of the following. You find something to help you. What is it? You find someone you lost. What happened to them? You've heard a new heartening rumor about where you're running to. What is it? You found something that reminds you of things before. What is it? And the bad list, on a 6 minus, the danger is only narrowly avoided.
You take one from the good list and one from the bad list because you rolled a 9, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone is lost, though they could be found again. Who are they? You've lost track of something incredibly precious. What is it? You've heard a new discouraging rumor about where you're running to. What is it? The way you've tried to go is blocked in some way. Where will you turn now? And I think we've lost someone. Someone from our group of survivors stayed in the dark too long. Not one of us. I don't think we're the only people there.
How many of us are there?
I'd say somewhere in the range of 10.
Yeah,
Got
that
about
sounds
10
about right.
people? Okay.
Well, 9 people now.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. How'd they end up in the dark?
They went back for their sleeping bag.
Okay.
We're
And
going
they
to have
just...
to find a couple of vehicles.
Yeah, and we're also going to need to, like, get a bunch of gas together for these vehicles. Because, you know what? I bet all the cars are beat up to shit in this little town. Okay.
Yeah. Probably not an SUV in sight.
I think I am trying to fix up cars and get them ready to go for our sort of caravan to the nuclear power plant. And I think I can use my skill in automotive, like mechanic, right? I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
I actually got an 11.
Nice.
So I find something to help you. What is it? I think I found us a school bus. Yeah, that we could fit everybody onto. Yeah, because I think that's an exciting thing to have. Maybe it's not a school bus. Maybe it's like is it a party bus with like lights inside? No, I think a school bus is better. I like a school bus more.
Yeah.
And I think I hear on the radio, as I'm like sort of going through some of this stuff, I do pick up word on the radio of people talking about they're all heading east to the power plant. Just knowing that a bunch of people are heading there makes me feel good that there might be something there. It might be nothing.
Reg looks out at the lighthouse and yeah, it makes sense they're going east.
I guess the last thing we would need for a call to action is just to get a shit ton of like extra gas to take on the trip. So scrounge for that.
I think Jimmy's going to help in that endeavor.
Are you just like siphoning gas out of all the cars you could find that are around
Yeah, pretty
town?
much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So plus my +1, I rolled a 9. That's still a partial success.
So one good thing and one bad thing.
Well, to start, you find something to help you, and it's a lot of gasoline. But I'm genuinely not sure here.
Do you lose your...
Yeah, just track of her bag and wastes a ton of time.
and still never finds it?
Well, if she never finds it, then there goes my special physical item.
Well, aren't you supposed to lose them? Isn't that the whole thing? It says you're going to lose them as you run.
Technically, all it says is you lose track of something incredibly precious. Doesn't necessarily say that you lose that. I would also infer that time would be almost just as precious in this instance.
Yeah.
That's
Just the amount of time that's wasted looking with where she's looking for her bag, and then all of a sudden it's just like in the same pocket. She just didn't feel it.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
That does roll us into Act 2 really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up against the clock now.
I'm cool with that.
So do you not roll anything because you were helping her?
Well, I was figuring that's basically what I was spending my time doing, is I was in the
Yeah.
process of like helping out And Jimmy is like he is a 60-year-old man and who spends a lot of his time in front of a computer screen. So like he's taking his time and not moving as fast as somebody maybe half his age would. All the while he's talking to Julianne about the next big thing in crypto once this all dies down, because it's gonna die down eventually. It's not gonna be like this forever. The zoo token. That's the next big thing.
Do you think tokens will matter after this, you dumb piece of shit? I mean, yeah, no, good. I know you weren't talking to me. I'm just...
I'm debating whether Julianne thinks he's full of it or is 100% invested in everything he's saying. I'm leaning 100% invested.
Awesome.
As we're getting things together, we realize that we spent longer than we intended, and the sun has started going down. It's sunset, so the actual darkness has started to descend.
Yes.
How does this greater threat reveal itself? The sun goes away.
Yeah, the shadows are extending.
I think maybe with the night lengthening every night, we don't know whether the day is going to be shorter on this end or the other end.
Yeah.
And tonight it's come on this end, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Night started an hour early.
Yeah.
None of it quite makes sense because it's evil night magic.
Night magic. Someone or something is lost along the way. What is it?
Well, I mean, I think we all pile into the bus and we start flooring it, trying to wake our way out of it. And I think we have like lanterns hanging up in a couple of spots around the bus because I don't think there's a lot of interior lighting on the bus. So we need to have that out there so nobody's like getting consumed by the darkness as we ride in the bus. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do
I mean, I'm okay if in the rush, like the darkness is coming, I was down trying to fix another car, or I was trying to like strip another engine for like spare parts for the bus. And then it was like, the sun is down. We gotta go now. And I left my toolbox.
That ain't good.
I mean, no, it's going to be very bad, but I think that's what it is.
Well, who's driving? Probably Lars.
Okay. Wait, who's Lars?
I'm thinking that this bus was actually like one of the survivors that was with the four of us. And like Lars, as Russell said, is the town's one and only school bus driver, because this is a small town out in the middle of nowhere, so all of the kids ride the same school bus. Yeah, he had ended up along with all the rest of us. So yeah, he's behind the wheel because he doesn't let anybody else touch his baby.
Okay. It'll suck when he dies. Okay.
But he's not dead yet.
Are we just chatting in the back?
Yeah, who has that idea?
I'm thinking chatting in the back makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing Julianne says is, she reaches into her bag and is like, anybody want some?
Oh, no, I stay away from that stuff. I see what it does to some of the guys. You do you, though. I get it.
Oh, I haven't seen those in quite a few years. Yeah, a lot of my friends used to be into those. Don't have money for them recently, though, because, like I said, them tokens make you a lot of money. And after we get through this, we're getting through this. I have the perfect business opportunity for all of you.
I think that Matthew is barely listening and is mostly just concerned, like watching everything that's going on, making sure all the lights are working and whatnot. And it says we're all supposed to hit an obstacle. I think the headlights stop working on the bus. I think it's maybe unclear. Just the lights go off on the front of the bus, which isn't a threat to us in terms of like the darkness eating us. But also, it's going to be very hard to drive on a road at night when the lights are off on the front of the bus. Are people okay with that being one of our challenges?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should somebody go outside with a lantern and try and fix that?
I got you, man. I can carry a lantern. It's not too advanced for me, I swear.
Fuck. Do we have any spare parts? Do we have any lights that we could put into this?
Well, we don't know what's wrong yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Could just be a loose wire.
Okay. Okay, Lars, stop it. And we gotta shit. Okay, we gotta open up the we gotta look at the stuff. Okay.
Oh, shit.
What is oh shit?
We don't have enough lanterns, man. I gotta take one from the bus.
Yeah, no, that's what I was worrying about. Okay. Everybody get really close together.
Cuddle shuttle.
Okay. Okay.
Julianne offers to go outside and hold the lantern so that...
I mean, I think Trapman's got to go out and, like, look at the, I still have some car knowledge. But although I think this is just going to be, I think we're mostly going to be fucked if we don't have spare parts. But I guess we'll find out.
I mean, I can hold a lantern, but I'm not sure this is a 3-person job, but, I don't mind company. Go for it.
Okay, so who's staying inside with the lantern? It's Jimmy, no, Reg is staying inside and Julianne's coming outside? Or what do we think?
Reg will go outside.
Reg will go outside.
Jimmy is 100% staying in the bus.
Oh, no, I got that. I'd always said Jimmy for a moment. Jimmy's not coming out. Okay, I think I'm still going to use car repair. Oh, boy. That's a 5.
And take a +1 there because, the number of times I've assisted people fixing my car by holding a light is more than 1.
Well, unfortunately, that's still a 6, which is the danger is only narrowly avoided. The way you've tried to go is blocked in some way. I mean, it could be we don't have spare lights. I mean, I think that's the blockage. Like, we simply cannot see, and we're going to have to maybe wait out the night and drive when the sun comes up.
We thought we had spare headlights, but they were for a different vehicle.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
And we do have to choose 2 bad things.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have to choose 2 bad things.
So someone definitely drops a lantern, right?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, one of the lanterns broke.
Okay, back into the bus, back into the bus, back into the bus.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Shit.
Okay.
So that couldn't have possibly gone worse.
Lars, what were you doing playing with that lamp, man?
So how many lanterns do we have? Do we have 2 left, we think?
That's sort of the number I had in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So
Well, that sucks.
What's the what's the verdict?
The verdict is we don't have any headlamps. We're dead. Well, we're not dead. Sorry. The lights are dead. There's nothing we could do about it. And we're not going to be able to drive through the forest without being able to see where we're going. I mean, Lars, do you think you could drive in the dark?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Wait, no, really?
Oh, yes.
I thought you were going to agree with me that we can't drive in the dark.
Oh, it's a terrible idea, but I can do it.
Maybe don't then.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'm hopped up on speed. Why am I giving rational ideas?
Well, how long are these lanterns gonna last us? Are these lanterns gonna last the night? Do we think?
What kind of lanterns do we think these are, by the way? Oil lanterns or, charge them off a cell phone charger lanterns?
I think they're battery powered. I think they're just like battery powered camping lanterns. We should get some oil lanterns, maybe.
I mean, we've got all this gas. I suppose we could just, light it up if we wanted to.
Wouldn't it just light up immediately? Like, we need wood. We are in the forest, though.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you got a chainsaw or an axe or something?
No.
All right, so that might be a non-starter.
Okay.
There's Deadfall, I suppose.
There is Deadfall. Do we want to try to gather enough to start a fire?
That might be an idea. I don't trust these battery lanterns. They look like dollar store crap to me.
Yeah, they're not great. Hey, somebody want to make a roll to gather fallen wood?
That
I'm good at
absolutely
gathering
sounds like
things.
something a laborer would do.
Okay.
How are we going to do this? We're sort of short on lanterns, but I can't go out in the dark, guys.
Okay.
Julianne is good at scrounging. Like, that's her thing. So she is also probably going to go out and just help with the collection process.
Let's all maybe step outside the bus so there aren't like shadows or anything from the seats and whatnot. And we can all be outside and near the lantern because that'll sort of go out in like sort of a circular distance. And then we send some people out to with one of the lanterns to go look. Does that make sense? Is that good?
We're going out there where the dark is.
The dark is everywhere, bro.
Well, once
And
we
we're not
go out
going
there
to
with
be
the
able to-
lanterns, then the dark will be in the bus, and we'll still be in the light. Don't worry about it.
Besides, we're not going to be able to start a fire inside of the bus,
Optimally.
You can start a fire anywhere if you have enough motivation.
And gas.
Okay, but that's... No. Why am I the only rational one here? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, just making jokes, man.
Hey, let's stay together, guys. You guys go, I don't know. I'll see if I can find something to fix this light. I'm going to go, look under the bus. I'm probably not going to find anything, but that's how I'm going to busy myself.
All right, so I rolled a 4.
Oh, God.
Total?
5 with assistance. And I don't really have anything in particular that would help me out here.
How does things get worse now?
I mean, I feel like losing track of one of the lanterns would be interesting here.
Yeah.
Set it down to pick up some wood and tips down a hill or something. I know exactly where it is, so I suppose it's not lost track of, but it looks to be quite a walk.
And then you have to run when you knock the lamp over.
Exactly. All right, Julianne, back to the bus.
Jesus Christ.
You just hear someone in the dark say, yep, back to the bus, running past you.
Yeah.
And if I may suggest, other bad thing, someone is lost, like another one of the survivors on the bus when we come back, but they must have stepped out of the light at some point.
Oh, can I make another suggestion?
Yeah.
It's Lars.
Of course.
He
Of
went
course.
out to go take a leak, and he really, really had to go.
Yeah, he had a name, so he's gone.
It's not a good night for
This is a
for
very
us,
bad
huh?
night. Everybody's kind of got to do something, or I guess, is there any other way we're going to survive this night?
I know a thing that needs to get done.
What?
Lars had the keys.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Lars totally had the... I think
Are
they're
the
gone.
keys still in existence?
No, I mean, I think we have to hotwire it.
Hey, Lars. Has anybody seen Lars?
No. Lars!
And wait, didn't you go with? Did you lose a lantern?
No, boss. I know exactly where it is. Not going to get it, though.
It rolled down a hill.
In retrospect, probably I shouldn't have been gathering wood on a hill.
Did we gather enough wood? I mean,
Enough? Maybe. But we definitely gathered some wood.
The danger is only narrowly avoided. So we have wood. We have some wood. Enough to make it at least to the morning, but boy did we lose a lot just trying to get it.
We're gonna set up a fire. We're gonna stay here, and when the sun comes up in the morning, we continue on our route. We'll figure out how to get the bus started then.
I guess there's nothing else we can do.
Yeah. And that feels like a break to the third act. For the third act, the rank 1 danger is the problem. We know we're up against shorter time now. We know that not only is the night longer, the day is shorter by a front-loaded hour.
And we don't have the bus.
And we also don't have a bus.
And we don't have a bus. Unless somebody can hotwire it, we should get that lantern back.
That's a good idea. You're always talking about speed. Do you think you can get it real quick?
She's just already fucking gone. I don't feel like that has to be a roll, but I will roll if people think that should be a roll.
I don't know if that's a roll. I mean, it could be. It is also dangerous if you think about it. Like, the trees cast a lot of shadows.
Right. Yeah, I can roll for it if people want me to.
Rolling dice is fun.
Yeah, but since I am hopped up on speed, I'm going to take that bonus. +2.
I think also that bonus is a once per game thing.
I thought it said once per scene.
Special physical item. When rolling, this gives you a +2, but it can only be used once per game.
Never mind. I will not be using my hopped up on speed bonus roll. Yeah, so I just rolled a flat 10.
Nice.
Well, that's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I find the lantern.
Hell yeah. Maybe something else?
And Lars.
How?
He found the lantern first.
I don't think we find Lars. I think Lars is dead, man. I think Lars is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I found something that reminds you of things before. While she's out, she finds an abandoned campsite. Obviously, whoever was camping here got lost with the night. Like, it's basically a picnic. So that's 1, good food. That's good. And 2, like, we've all been on at least one picnic in our lives. So, she takes the lantern and the food and makes it back to the bus.
I think while Julianne is out, Jimmy is going to attempt to hotwire the bus. He's seen this done on a movie before. He can. It's got to be easy. Okay, so I rolled a 5.
Could be worse.
Mechanically, that is the worst.
Yeah, the danger is narrowly avoided, but... And this is the part where more things happen.
I think his phone falls out of his pocket and is unavailable for the next scene. So he loses track of his phone. When the bus starts back up, everyone can hear, because the radio starts up at the same time, some sort of like a news report about gunfire at a local nuclear power plant. That there was some sort of violence that happened there. However, it's too late in the story to know exactly what had happened. It just kind of pops back on to like... Multiple people died due to gunfire at the Daniels Wake nuclear power facility.
Oh, that's no good. The bus is running.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is.
We got one of the lanterns back.
Hey, let me in on that. Can any of us drive this thing?
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, how hard could
Can't
it
be
be?
that hard, right?
Sure, yeah.
One of the third act questions is, what is starting to become routine now? Maybe making do with skills that you have or learning new ones is part of that.
You know, filling in for things that we have to fill in for. We all had something that we were supposed to do, but we got to fill in for the lost people. That's starting to become routine, sadly.
And the food is a sharp reminder for the other question. What have you come to miss? Like, just being able to sit down and eat without worrying about dying.
Candlelit dinners not having to be mandatory.
Yeah.
Going for a nap in a dark room.
Oh, yeah. Sleeping in the dark. Big fan of that back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what? I rolled a 10 on my drive the bus, though.
Nice.
So
Oh, thank God.
we're able to move a little bit. And as we're driving, I think we see there's a tow truck as we're driving down the road. And I'm like, oh, this is good. And I hop out and I find there are some tools there. It's not like the full tool set that I had before, but there's a couple of things here and there that might be able to help us with the bus in case we have any sort of trouble. I think that's something that we find, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No reason a tow truck wouldn't have tools.
And I think I get a text message. Yeah. I get a text message from my old friend Sandy, who is the one who said that I was going to do something great someday. I hadn't heard from her for a while, and she texted me, and she said, hey, I just wanted to know if you're okay. I'm trying not to use my phone too much, but I was able to find a charger for a little while, and I wanted to know if you were still alive. And I was able to talk to her a little bit, and it made me feel a little bit better. But I can't talk for too long myself, because cell phones.
Nice. So should we roll into the fourth act?
I think so.
Rank 2 danger is the focus. What slams you back into reality, and how do you try to hold on to your old life? I think part of what's happening now is that the batteries in these lanterns are starting to fail in a big way.
So we're running on very borrowed time.
The tow truck that we found, was that partway through the day, or was that like close to when the sun is going down?
What do you think?
Part of me would like to say we found it towards the end of the day.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Hey, Matthew, can you see if you can get that tow truck to start?
I could try. I don't see any keys.
You have tools.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could do something.
Yeah, I
Like,
do know. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do.
like I said, because we can use the lights from that for at least a time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Headlights.
You're right. Yeah.
And we're currently on borrowed time. While it's still light, does anybody want to, like, I'll go this time, but who else wants to come and gather some wood?
Oh, I'll come. Sure. Gotta do something.
I'll roll. I got a 5. I think I do get it on because, you know, we barely get through it. But I think, again, radio turns on. And now there's a broadcast coming from the nuclear power plant, which is telling everyone to stay away. It's under military quarantine.
Well, you hate to hear it.
Fuck.
Fucking jerk-faced jerks.
That's like really bad. Which I think is both a discouraging rumor and, in a way, blocking us from what we were going to do before. I think we still go there, but we can't just go in there just like, hey, what's up?
Well, we can always make camp outside the walls and give them the old kumbaya.
Yeah.
Okay, and rolling for firewood.
And I am assisting.
Fuck you, that's a 4 in total.
Oh.
Nice.
I think there is not a lot of, like, deadfall on the ground here. Gathering up wood would be rather difficult to do. So that would kind of go in the way of the way you've tried to go is blocked in some way. And I think somebody else came with Reg and I in order to go collect firewood because it's kind of an important task.
Yeah.
And they just don't come back.
Oh, Wanda.
I always liked her.
She had the best jokes.
And she made great cookies.
Oh, I never had her cookies, actually.
You never will now.
Oh, that's a sad thought. Why'd you have to say that, Julianne? We got work to do.
We've got the headlight.
And
but-
the fire.
Yeah, because the headlights probably wouldn't last all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car batteries are notoriously fickle.
Hey, has anyone seen my phone?
No.
Not recently.
Did you drop it under the seat?
And yeah, Jimmy starts kind of sputtering and spluttering and runs off to the bus while there's still at least a little bit of light to go find it. Would you like me to roll to see if I find it?
That seems like a very thematically reasonable thing to do.
Yeah. Don't die.
You can die if you want.
That is true.
Boxcars! I find my phone.
And also,
On the phone, I received a text message from one of... Jimmy receives a text message from one of his acquaintances, contacts, random internet trolls that he knows, saying, "Hey, there's if you're going to that power plant, there's a back way in. You just need to figure out the access code And
Great.
at this point, Jimmy comes like running out of, as much as a 60-year-old man can, running out of the bus.
I found it. There's we might actually be able to get into the power plant. There's a back door.
I thought you were looking for your phone.
I found it. See?
As he holds up this like,
Yeah.
think smartphone, but like double the thickness.
All right, but let me ask you this: you got Snake on that thing?
Yeah, but you can't play it. Where's the battery? I
Really,
need
none
this.
of us should probably be playing games on our phones.
Yeah, that's what happened to mine, man.
Well, if you get bored, let me know. And she holds up her bag.
Does anybody have a car charging port? I mean, if
There
we're
might
gonna,
be one in the tow truck.
I mean, we want to use this tow truck's battery for the lights, not our phone.
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't, the way engines work, the battery charges itself while it's going. If the engine's working right.
Yes.
True,
That is
true.
how that works.
That is how that works.
Yeah, I know about car stuff.
At this point, like when Jimmy is asking that, he's looking right at Matthew.
Yeah, no, Matthew's like, yeah, no, that is right.
And I would like to look for a car charging cord. That's a 7. So that is success with 2 complications. Oh, no, that's 1 good, 1 bad. So he finds one, and it's the right type for his phone. It's USB-C. However, it's one of the ones that you plug into the cigarette lighter, and the cigarette lighter is, like, missing. It was, like, ripped out for some reason.
Oh, that sucks. There might be one in the bus. When we're going tomorrow and traveling, I'm charging my phone.
No, that I gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna take a nap since we have lights.
All right, now what do we do?
The final act, the rank 3 danger, is the focus. How have things finally caught up to you? And how has the apocalypse morphed to feel insurmountable?
The sun doesn't come up.
The sun doesn't come up.
Yeah,
The sun doesn't come up.
That's a good progression. Like, we could essentially,
Yeah.
like, time skip a few days, and then all of a sudden there's no more sun type deal.
Yeah, we think everything's going well, but we have sort of our routine. We get like a little montage of the routine and just like some things here and there, but then just one day, we're looking at the clocks or whatever, waiting for the sun to come up, and
I think as that's happening, that's when we're getting to the power plant.
yeah, we're on the outskirts of the power plant.
Well, at least we didn't pick a solar plant.
Yeah.
Guess it looks like they really aren't letting people in.
Yeah, there's like I think there's mostly like automated security and like announcements that are going out to just stay away. There are some soldiers there, but I think doesn't seem like official. It seems like maybe it's just like a group that has gotten in there and taken control, which is a problem.
That's a problem. Didn't someone say there was a back entrance?
Yeah, there is. I think if these people that are here are just like random schmucks with guns, I think we might be able to make this work. They probably don't know about the back door. If it was the government still in charge here, then definitely I would assume that they would know. But
Okay, yeah, the random schmucks with guns. We don't have guns. So we go in the back door, we're in the back door, and then there's guys with guns. We've gone in their back door. They don't see us immediately, but they have guns.
but we have the element of surprise.
I can tell you one thing, guys. I do have the access code right here, and I hold my crowbar.
I might have a more elegant way.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen a computer I wasn't able to hack with this thing.
So they have all of the lights on in like their main building and whatnot.
Yeah.
If these people are going to kill us, could we turn the lights off?
I mean, if you got me to a control panel, I might be able to. Like, and still be able to turn them back on, I mean.
Yeah. All right. You guys go in the back. I'll go talk to them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll see if I can negotiate with them. We could offer them something. Hopefully that'll, we've got skills.
I mean, we do have a bunch of gas still.
We have a bunch of gas
And drugs.
for now. Yeah, I'll go talk to them. I'll make a scene,
Just-
and you guys can maybe go around the back.
Just
They won't
stay
be
in the
looking
light,
for you.
okay? Come on.
Yeah, no,
We've come
no,
too far to lose you now.
No, I got it. Don't worry. They've got lights shining. I mean, I'll drive the bus up is the thing because they need to know where I'm coming from. You guys hop out with the lantern, and you guys. I think everybody should go around the back. Like, I think even our 4 other unnamed survivors maybe go with you guys too, or.
I think it would almost make more sense if Reg and Julianne and maybe one other came with us. Because you coming up alone in a bus all by yourself is going to look real suspicious.
Or we can just go half and half. If one group doesn't succeed, maybe the other will.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
sort of what I was thinking.
So, yeah.
And with that, Jimmy hops out of the bus and starts making his way towards the back once other people who are coming join him.
I think Julianne goes, good luck, you two.
I think Reg was thinking he'd go with Matt and Julianne, but he think better of it at the last second.
You could go with them. It's fine.
I think I know what I can do here.
Okay, because I know what I'm going to do here, and I don't think it's going to be very... Okay.
And I'll get off the bus. I'm going to approach a different way.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You go ahead and talk to him.
Okay. And I pull up, and like, I don't know, these are going to be like real shitheads, because I want to feel good when they die. So they're just like malicious survivalist types that have kind of taken over this area.
Military cosplayers.
Exactly. And a couple of them might have been like at National Guard or something like that. Does Canada have a National Guard? I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Kinda.
I'm an American. But I sort of go up. I've got my hands sort of up and like, hey, I want to talk.
Oi, what are you doing here?
We're just trying to find a light in the dark, you know?
Didn't you hear? You're not welcome.
No, I get that. No, I'm sure you don't want us to be drained on your resources, right? But we have resources that we could provide, okay? I'm a skilled mechanic. I can help you get your stuff fixed. This bus is full of gasoline. We have other gasoline over here. Please don't shoot. I think that we can make a deal and we can figure this out.
So yeah, I'm prying at this gate, and the guy you're talking to eventually notices me. Maybe the gate buckles a little as I'm working at it, and shoots me.
Yeah, I think I'll make a roll with a +5 to just tackle this guy. Yeah, I think I grab the guy and I tackle him, and they're sorely outnumbered here, and they're manning automated sort of turrets and whatnot, but with this guy down, he's not able to like control those, and people are now rushing into the power plant.
Other people in line start honking and forcing their way in through the gate. Reg's notebook tumbles out of his back pocket or whatever, and it opens up to one of his earlier stories, one of the sillier ones, where it was basically just him as a self-insert as the hero.
I think now would be a good time to check up on
Yeah, I think
the other
definitely.
party.
Yeah.
So yeah, as this is all going on around the front, Jimmy, Julianne, and let's say 2 of the other inhabitants of the bus make their way around back and find this like back entrance and code lock.
Oh, now it's my time to shine.
Jimmy pulls out his phone and hooks up a cable to it, plugs it into a USB port that he was able to find on this like access panel. And so I'm using my special item, and I'm gonna try and open the back door. Haha! I rolled an 8. So we were able to get in. However, there was, in fact, somebody just inside the back door waiting guard. I think there's somebody there, but they're not paying attention. They're unaware that the back entrance is open. Maybe they're napping while they're on duty. I think that thematically would fit.
Okay, great.
I've got an idea. Julianne's going to kind of sneak past this guy and leave everybody else to also sneak past this guy.
Should we try to steal his gun?
We should. Does that give a +1 due to the scrounge bonus?
That makes sense.
That's still a 5.
Even if I could figure a way to assist.
So someone is lost. He wakes up, and one of the extras gets kind of knocked down an unlit stairwell.
Oh no, Nikki and Paolo.
And also, Julianne loses her bag of drugs, like, actually into the darkness. So she's not getting that back, because he woke up. So she's basically just fighting the guy, trying to get his gun away from him. Everybody else can get past while she's keeping him busy.
Okay.
While Julianne and this guy are fighting over the gun, Jimmy is going to push Paolo, because Nikki's the one who went down in the darkness. Jimmy is going to push Paolo into the guy that was guarding the back door and try to kind of knock the guy using Paolo down the stairs. Because Jimmy's a coward.
Brutal.
God damn.
And I already know what I'm going to do. What's going to happen if I roll low. I rolled a 3, by the way. Jimmy goes to push Paolo into this guy, but misses. Paolo actually ends up running into Julianne. Jimmy keeps moving forward and runs into the guard himself. The guard and the gun, which kind of slips out of Juliet's hands, and Jimmy all tumble down the stairs.
So, bye.
So that is someone is lost. And I think there's commotion from deeper inside.
What kind of commotion?
Pounding and footsteps and possibly some shouting that's like reverberating through the plant.
Julianne kind of cautiously is going to see all what's happening.
And I guess it's just Julianne is alone back there, right?
Well, with Paolo.
And,
Paolo, yeah.
and the extra, yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of like, peeks out a window and sees all the chaos that's going on.
Yes.
Okay, so things have escalated.
What does she do?
She starts making her way to the highest ground available, and once she gets onto a roof, I'm doing final moments. Once she gets onto a roof, there are no lights up there, so she gets up there, she sees the light down below, like she can see all the figures down below, and there's some light down there, but she's not like getting nearly enough of it to save her, so she calls the only other person who is currently alive, and says, okay, I don't have long. Listen to me. And then she calls out the location of every soldier that she sees. She like plays spotter for everything she has. What do you say in response to that, Daniel? Because this is a +5 for basically storming the whole fucking place.
All right. No, that's good. Okay. Get back into the light, okay? But thank you. We got this. It sounds like there's way less of them than they thought we were. Okay? But you get back into the light, okay? We're not losing you too.
I think my 2 minutes are up. Still, it was nice. I had a good time. And then she hangs up and sits down and thinks back on nicer times. I wonder if I could have kept straight. Guess I'll never know.
And as the light from her cell phone screen fades, so does she.
Everyone I know is dead. People are looking to me for leadership, even though I don't really know what to do. This whole mob of people that have gathered around here, and I think to myself, I was going to do something great someday. So I'm going to take the 5. I'm also going to use a +3 for my remembering that I was going to do something awesome, because this is it. I'm going to save some part of the world, maybe. So that gives me a +8. So I think that means I succeed. Let me roll 2 dice. Oh, I rolled a 9.
It's literally impossible for you
it's
to
literally
fail.
impossible for me to fail. But I roll a 9, so I get the highest roll anyone's gotten in this game. And I think we're running in, and some people are overpowering these soldiers, these fake weekend warriors. But more importantly, we see Matt is looking around and is more importantly like directing people like, okay, get the lights on over there. Okay, we got to get some medical stuff to help the people that are injured. And people are looking to him, and he is just standing in the brightest light as he's doing that.
Maybe we don't even see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, the last thing we see is Matthew is standing there in the bright light, but the light is flickering a little bit. Thanks for listening, ghosts, ghouls, and all those who lay beyond. Damien streams regularly on Twitch under the name Magical Hack, and Magical has the K in it. Russell is going to be joining him in streaming some games of Blades in the Dark, so all the more reason to watch. You can find Nathan on the Kingdom Hearts A Forgotten Era podcast at KH_AFE on Twitter. And I'm on Twitter at LOTR_Dan. I tweet some good stuff there sometimes. The 2 best ways you could help our podcast grow is to review us on your podcast platform of choice and to tell a friend. Also, if you want to check it out, we're going to be uploading our episodes on YouTube a week after they appear on the channel. We're putting up the backlog right now. So if you check us out on YouTube at Daniel's Dread Tales, that's another way you could check us out. I mean, it's nothing new. It's just going to be a static image with the episode playing, but I know some people like that. We'll see you all in 2 weeks on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, for the start of an absolutely buck wild game of Hong Kong action and horrible monsters in Feng Shui. Have a dreadful day.